This is just a short video to help you with your algebraic fractions homework if you need it. Question 1. The common denominator for these will be 6, so you'll have to change the second fraction and then just perform the subtraction and write your answer as one single fraction. Question 2, it says simplify fully. You'll have to factorize the top and factorize the bottom. The top one will factorize quicker than the bottom because the top is just an M3 quadratic. The bottom one is an M4 quadratic, so they are longer. We've done lots of these questions. Remember, you're looking for two numbers that multiply to give you 20 and add to give you a minus 9. And whatever these two numbers are, you split your minus 9x using those two numbers. Factorize the first two, factorize the second two. We've done lots of these questions. What you'll get then is two brackets in the top, two brackets in the bottom. And there should be a bracket that appears on the top and the bottom, the same bracket, and if there is, just cross them out, and whatever brackets are left over, that's what you put in your answer. Question 3 is algebraic fractions. So the way I've been focusing on doing these questions is just look at the left hand side first, get your common denominator, and the common denominator here will be a 6, so really you're only multiplying top and bottom there by 2. And once you get that written as a single fraction, so once you have this 6 in the bottom and you tidy up the top, well then what you can do is just bring that 6 over to here and multiply this by 6. Do it in the calculator. It will probably give you a decimal answer or a fraction if you prefer. If you don't like it that way, there is another way you can do it. So although I would get you just to focus on the left, write it as one single fraction. If we have fractions all the way through, so if I have a fraction here, here and here, we can actually look at all three denominators and try and get a common denominator. So the common denominator for 6, 3 and 4 would be 12. So if we can rewrite each of these fractions so that each fraction has 12 in the bottom, then what you can actually do is just cross out the 12s, cross out the denominators. So over here, that's just the question written out. If I change the bottom, 6 becomes 12, 3 becomes 12, 4 becomes 12. And that's done by multiplying first fraction top and bottom by 2, second fraction top and bottom by 4, and then top and bottom of the fraction on the right by 3. Once you have 12 on the bottom, just cross them out and all the fractions are gone. You just multiply out your brackets there, bring everything over to one side, solve for x, and you should get the same answer. And the last question then is an algebraic fractions equation with algebra on the bottom. So this is M4. So what you want to do is get the common denominator, which is just a multiplication of these two brackets. So that means you're going to take x plus 1 and you're going to multiply the first fraction top and bottom by x plus 1. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your 2x minus 3 and you're going to multiply the second fraction top and bottom by 2x minus 3. So each of these new fractions now has a common denominator. They have new brackets on the top, so you're going to have to multiply out the top. So whatever multiplies out there and tidies up, that stays in the top. You have this common denominator, which you can multiply out now, or you can multiply it out after you move it. Either way, it's going to eventually come up to here and you're going to multiply it by 1. So really it's just going to be the same thing on the right hand side. So multiply this out. Your top of your fraction will be all tidied up. Bring everything over to the one side. It doesn't matter if it's over to the left or over to the right. And write it as a quadratic equation that you can then factorize and solve.